As this is the first quiet moment I have had since our splashdown on Earth, I must now apologize for the delay in sending you my report, gentlemen. I will now begin. But the question is where? This is Captain Henry Gloval reporting. I will attempt to reconstruct the incredible chain of events which led to the, shall we say, unforeseen and abrupt disappearance of the SDF-1. It was during the inaugural festivities when, without warning, the shipboard defense systems activated in response to some unknown signal.
Hey, what's going on here?
What is it, Claudia? What's wrong?
Every system aboard the ship is starting up without being turned on. The defense system is activating the main guns of fire.
Боже мой, нет.
With a crew as inexperienced as that of the SDF-1, we were completely at the mercy of the alien forces. Their vastly superior technology had produced an array of armaments the likes of which had never been even imagined on Earth. Our defense forces, raw recruits fresh out of the Space Academy, fought bravely, but were almost powerless against the might of the alien armada. It was at this time that we had our first close look at the aliens. Calculations made from the information found in the SDF-1 proved to be correct. Incredibly, their molecular and genetic structures seemed to be the same as ours. In fact, except for their enormous size, 9 or 10 times that of humans, they were indistinguishable from us. Finally, we attempted to lift off using the untested anti-gravity control system. We were, unsuccessful.
What is going on?
No!
Trim the pitch attitude immediately.
It must be the gyroscope.
No, look! What? The gravity pods are breaking away!
What is it? Oh no! They're tearing away from the ship instead of lifting it. This can't be happening.
Captain, the ship is losing altitude rapidly.
Please, tell me I'm just dreaming.
Excuse me, sir?
It's a nightmare.
Our liftoff attempt was a disaster, but we eventually rejoined the defense forces out in space. A direct attack by the aliens destroyed almost all of our forces. I had no choice but to escape back into the Earth's atmosphere. It was at that time, and I accept full responsibility for my actions, that I gave the order to execute the hyperspace fold operation. Needless to say, we were completely unprepared for what happened. Instead of the planned default point near the moon, we found ourselves just beyond the orbit of Pluto. The battleships Daedalus and Prometheus had been carried into space along with the SDF-1, as had Macross City, the entire island, and even some of the surrounding ocean. We succeeded in mooring the ships to the space fortress, and they have since become integral parts of the SDF-1. We also brought aboard all of Macross City's 70,000 inhabitants. This operation, too, was a complete success. The civilians soon started reconstruction work, utilizing materials from the island, and their situation became almost normal. It was after the disappearance of the fold system that we found we could not fire the main gun, so I ordered a modular transformation. It was a drastic measure, but one that had to be taken.
All Veritech scramble! All Veritech scramble!
Enough is enough. We will now carry out Dr. Lang's modular transformation on my command.
Modification percentage at 11.50.
We developed a recovery system to take care of the massive damage to Macross City, should we again need the transformation. There finally came a time when we were able to launch a counterattack on the enemy from deep within the ice fields of Saturn. The remaining reflex furnaces could not produce enough energy for a complete force field, so our science officer developed a manually controlled means of defense called the pinpoint barrier. It was this barrier that was first put to good use in the Daedalus attack, our first victory.
I can't move it fast enough, I'll never make it!
It should be noted that Dr. Lang and his science team have been recommended for special commendations. By this time, unfortunately, we were reaching dangerously low levels in fuel, vital supplies, medicines, everything. We replenished our stores at Mars Base Serra. This nearly turned out to be the end of our journey. The enemy had planted the entire zone surrounding the base with underground gravity mines.
squadrons have all been wiped out.
Calm down. I have a plan that might help us to get out of this trap.
How can we get to them when they're underground?
I know something about this base. There was a reflex furnace put in far beneath it. If we could just get to it and blow it up.
Probability check? It looks like it will work.
All right, we'll start the operation immediately. Lieutenant Hayes is on the base. Tell her to find the furnace controls and turn them on.
Yes, sir.
You want me to blow the base up?
I want you to put the furnace into overdrive so it will blow up and destroy the enemy's mine system. It's our only chance.
There. That should do it. Got to hurry.
Warning! Furnace fuel reaching critical mass. Danger! Danger! Security systems at failsafe point. Furnace in overload. Evacuate. 15 minutes to meltdown. Evacuate. Evacuate.
Only the bravery of Lieutenant Commander Hayes made it possible for us to escape the aliens' trap. I am of the opinion that the aliens wanted only to capture the SDF-1, not to destroy it, otherwise we wouldn't have escaped. Morale was high. We even organized a beauty contest. But with Earth in sight and surrounded by countless enemy ships, we had little time to celebrate. Until this time, we had been unable to communicate with Earth defense. All channels to headquarters were jammed continuously. How, I don't know. And then one day, all jamming ceased.
Oh, sir, I'm receiving a communication, but I'm not sure it's coming from Earth.
Well, Sammy, I suggest we listen to it then.
Yes, sir.
In the name of the Zentradi forces, you are ordered to surrender. The last attack was just a warning. You cannot escape. Surrender.
Enough! It was amazing how little time it took for them to learn our language. And we found that the Zentradi meant what they said.